Hey all you Disney lovers out there, this is Roxanne LeBlanc again with her video vlog for the Disney College Program, video number 12! I'm making this video to talk about 15 fun Florida facts. That's a lot of F's. 15 fun Florida facts. That's 4 F's. A lot of F's. Alright, so we're going to start off with some facts about Florida. And I just wanted to make this video because anybody that's moving to Florida for the Disney College Program, I think this is an educational video and things that you might want to know before moving here that I didn't really know or I didn't really realize or take into consideration would be like an actual fact before moving here. So I'm just going to go over these because for like 2 weeks, every time I would notice something, I would like plug it into my phone and like I'm going to just read some of these because I don't know, I think they're entertaining. Okay. Fact number 1. Okay, roads here. I talked a little bit in my last vlog about roads here and how beautiful they are because in Louisiana, where I'm from, Baton Rouge, Louisiana to be exact, the roads were always so terrible and construction was so awful because they would start a project to expand the roads, say, and like 3 years later, they would still be doing that project. Or like they would like detour everyone from the interstate because they're, you know, adding on to the interstate bridge or something, and then 4 years later they just gave up on the project so no one can go this way to get to work anymore. So it's not like that in Florida, and I talked about that in my other video about how beautiful the roads are because like there's palm trees and like hotels and skyscrapers and it's gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that's one fun fact. That's my first fun fact about Florida is the roads here. But to go with that fun fact and how beautiful the roads are, there's tolls here. And I kind of knew about that before moving here, but you don't really know until you get here just like how bad tolls actually are in Florida. But tolls in Florida are friggin' expensive. That's why it's so beautiful here, is because we pay out the butt for it to be beautiful here. Like, screw rent. Roads here cost so much money. Like, to get anywhere in Florida, like across Florida, like say I wanted to go from my apartment to Cocoa Beach, right, which is an hour away. So exciting. It cost me $5 in tolls to get there. Like you're driving on the interstate and every couple of times like you have to stop and get off on a toll and pay 50 cents or pay $1.50 or pay $1. So locals here get something called a Sun Pass, and you can get it at a Walgreens or a Publix or something like that, and you put it as a sticker on your car and you add money to it so that way you don't have to like get off on the roads. But I mean, it's kind of interesting to have a Sun Pass, I think. It still sucks because you can't get out of paying for the tolls. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to do it no matter which way you look at it, but whatever, you know what I mean? So that's one fun fact is the tolls in Florida and the roads in Florida. Also about the roads in Florida, you can make a U-turn just about anywhere in Florida, and that's something that I personally am not used to at all, is how often people make U-turns here. Like, people just stop and turn all the way around. Florida driving is crazy. It's not as bad as Baton Rouge or Louisiana driving, which we were voted the worst drivers of 2013, so that's hilarious. I guess it's 2013, 2014, but it's not that bad, but since it's everyone's pretty much tourists, there's very few locals in this area, no one really knows where they're going, so it's really common for you to see people with GPSs. Like, everybody has a GPS to get anywhere here. So that's pretty interesting. So tolls, roads, everyone makes a U-turn, and it's pretty much like not illegal, it's just expected. There's no like no U-turn sign or anything. I mean, some places there are, but majority, no. Okay, my next thing, so fun fact of Florida number 2. I know this sounds weird, but I'm a CVS pharmacy kind of gal. Like, I use Walgreens pharmacy, but my family, like for prescriptions and stuff, we always use CVS pharmacy. And CVS's like don't exist here. Like, they're very few and far between. Walgreens is like all the rage. So I had to get a prescription filled and had to like do all this stuff, whatever, and had to use Walgreens. And I thought that was interesting because, I don't know, I'm used to CVS. Okay, my next thing, so fun fact number 3 is coffee. As you can tell, I'm a very caffeinated individual, and I'm all about my morning cup of coffee, and as a Southerner, I drink community coffee, and I thought that community coffee was everywhere, and it's not everywhere. And it sucks because I'm about my community coffee, and we don't have community coffee. We have Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know. I mean, I've never even eaten at a Dunkin'. Like, I don't know about Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? And so I can't knock it before I try it, but I'm CC's all the way, ride or die. Turtle, mocha frappe, cappuccino, kind of, whatever. And we don't have that. And so I actually had to call my friend Megan Turner and be like, what's in a turtle, frappe, mocha, whatever? And she's like, she like ended up texting me all the things so that when I ordered at Starbucks, because I still haven't gone to Dunkin' Donuts yet, I could tell them what I wanted because they don't have a turtle, frappuccino, I want to say is what it's called. Turtle Mocha Sippy, that's what they're called. Those are my favorites. So I had to like get the directions on how to anyway. So Dunkin' Donuts versus CC's Coffee. Also, at Walmart, they don't have pecan praline CC's Coffee. Like the special blends, they only have like Colombian roast and like breakfast roast and like extra dark roast. They don't have any of the CC's like good stuff. They only have like 3 kinds of CC's Coffee. They have Dunkin' Donuts on the shelf, but they don't have CC's. So that pisses me off. Alright, what's my next one? My next one is... Okay, Florida is... I think this is number 4. Florida is a really nice melting pot of people. And that is something that I love. Like, people speak a million different languages here. Mostly Spanish, which is good for Sebastian because he speaks majority Spanish. But I have run into a couple of French people. Not a lot, but I have run into a couple, and that's interesting. But there are people all over the world here, going to Disney World and Universal Studios and SeaWorld and Wet n Wild and just coming to Florida in general. So, there's a lot of different type of people here, and I love that. Okay, number 5. All right, right now, I am currently working at Gators Dockside in Florida. I'm just bartending over there in the mornings until Disney College program starts February 3rd because I just moved here, but I've been here for like a month and I can't just sit around this apartment. As beautiful as it is, isn't it beautiful? I just painted the wall ombre, so it goes from like nautical dark to like light sea lily. I'm in the bedroom right now. But anyway, so I couldn't just sit around the apartment. Like, I gotta pay bills, so I got like just a part-time job up the street or whatever. And when I was working there one day, I realized when I got paid for the first time that my paycheck was higher than I thought it would be because apparently minimum wage here is higher. In Louisiana, minimum wage for servers, bartenders, whatever restaurant is like $2.95, I want to say, something around there. Minimum wage here is like $5, almost $6, which is amazing. But on a negative, it kind of sucks because we can't do gratuity on tables, which means if I have a 6 top come in, 6 people, and I sit them down, majority of restaurants 6 and up people, you can grat them so that you're automatically going to get a tip for waiting on such a large, demanding table. You can't do that in Florida. So it doesn't matter if a party, a family reunion, it comes in the restaurant, you cannot grat them because you make $5.95 an hour. So that's another fun fact. Fun fact number... Don't even know what number we're on. Let's just say 6. Okay, fun fact 5 or 6, whatever. Okay, Twisty Treat. Twisty Treat is something I've experienced since being here, and they have them all over the place in Florida, and they're like these giant ice cream cones. They're buildings, but they look like giant ice cream cones, and they serve really awesome twisty treats, like cookies and brownies and majority all ice creams, and they're so good, and you get a lot for your buck, and they're awesome. So good job, Twisty Treat. Those are always fun to go to. I talked about Cocoa and Tampa, but that's another fun fact, is that living right here in Orlando, Florida, you're an hour away from Tampa Beach or an hour away from Cocoa Beach. So, I mean, that's amazing. Gun laws. I put gun laws in Florida because in Louisiana, gun laws are that you can just carry a gun. As long as you have, like, the papers or whatever, it's an open carry state. Florida, it is not like that. You cannot just, like, Sebastian has guns, and if he wanted to, in Louisiana, he could go in an establishment, as long as he has the papers and it's a registered weapon, you know what I mean, and, like, he's had his training and bought it and blah, 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 then he could go around, and have it on him. And if places were offended by that or scared by that, they would just ask him to leave or ask him to go put it in his car or whatever. Florida is not like that. You cannot walk around with weapons. Also, about walking around with things, we found this out when we went to Coco. You can't, like, public intoxication is never good anywhere. I'm not saying that it is, but like in New Orleans, if you're drinking on the street, they're not going to tell you anything. In Natchitoches, Louisiana, if you just went to Mama's and Papa's and got a beer and you're walking up and down Front Street, no one's going to stop you and say anything. Florida, you cannot just drink and walk around. So that's interesting. Wrecks. This is another fun fact. Wrecks in Florida. If I were to go out and get in a wreck, doesn't matter whose fault it is, if I hit them, if they hit me, knock on wood, whatever, it does not matter. Both parties are responsible. And that's crazy. Like, both insurances, like, as long as I have insurance, my insurance covers me and their insurance covers them. But, like, I don't know. That's something I thought was interesting. Okay, this is something else that is definitely me showing my southern side. A lot of these are me showing my southern side, so probably y'all can't relate to all of them. But I was bartending the other night for a Patriots game. What is the Patriots? Like, excuse me? I was like, what is happening? And, like, I don't like the Patriots. I don't know the Patriots. I'm not rooting for the Patriots. I'm a Saints girl all the way, or LSU. If it's not Saints or LSU, then I don't care about it. You know what I mean? And, like, Miami Dolphins and Patriots are, like, everywhere. And I don't even understand their colors. I'm like, ew, blue and orange? What is this? Red and blue? I was like, oh, this is terrible. So, like, they're rooting at the bar. And I'm like, oh, I cannot support this. So I don't know. I was definitely showing my roots there. So that's the differences between living here and there when it comes to rooting for your favorite team. But I guess that was expected. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay. So this is another thing about work. We serve gyro at work. Gyro is lamb. It's like a lamb chicken, it's an Indian, like, food. And when people order gyro, they say gyro. And it drives me crazy because I'll be taking orders and they'll be like, I need some gyro. And I'm like, gyro? Are you trying to say gyro? But I can't do that. But there are a lot of things that people definitely pronounce differently here. No one really says y'all. And what's another thing? Okay, that's another one I actually have on here. Beignets. Beignets. French donuts. Like, they're delicious. And no one knows what they are. No one knows what a beignet is. What is that? I thought, and this is just me being ignorant again, but I thought that everyone knew what a beignet was. I mean, even if you haven't been to Cafe Du Monde, like, you can fry up a beignet in your house. They're delicious. You need to get your life together. You need to go try a French donut. I mean, they're very easy. I don't understand. No excuses. Anyway, also, continuing with that, food. Okay, I miss Louisiana food already, but it's okay because I have Sebastian and he'll cook me whatever I want. So that's good for me. But no crawfish here that's worth anything. No gumbo that's worth anything. No jambalaya, unfortunately, that's worth anything. So that's kind of a kick in the gut. But they need to get it together because beignets are where it's at. I think the last thing that's really worth talking about is the electricity and the air. I have not run the air personally. I haven't put the air on since I've been here. So our electricity bill is substantially lower than it is in Louisiana, where you're always running the cool air or the hot air for winter or summertime. No, I just open the windows. The windows just stay open and I never have to worry about running the air and, like, my electric bill going up, because just being outside, the weather here is always super nice. It's rare when it's not. So those are my cool little fun facts about Florida. I was going to do my apartment tour, but then I realized it would probably be better if I had someone to hold the camera while, like, I walk around, so that I can show y'all everything like I really want to show y'all. Because I'm not just going to show y'all the apartment. I'm going to show y'all the gym and the pool and, like, everything. I'm going to do a whole Alta Corners tour, and it needs to be worth it. So by the next video, I promise that I will give y'all the much-awaited tour, because I've painted, as you can see, and it's beautiful. I'm not all the way done yet, but I'm close. Another update, I've already talked about this, but I don't start until February 3rd, which is really cool. I have an audition that I'm going to go to for comedic female actresses January 29th. So that's like next week. I went to Staples and printed out my headshot, my resume. So I have another audition, but I'm not really expecting to get anything because they rarely hire people that are already doing the Disney College program because I'm guessing it's just too much paperwork to go back in and be like, they already work for us, let me change their position within the company when we could hire a million other girls that did just as good at the audition. But I'm not even going for that. It's a good experience to meet people. And what else am I doing that day? Bartending? No. No. I'm going to the audition, and that's going to be fun. So I'll update y'all on that. But by my next video, I will give y'all my apartment tour, and by the next video, it will be my check-in day for the Disney College program. I'm so excited. Okay, well, thank you for watching my 15 fun facts, which I'm guessing that wasn't even 15 facts because I lost count. But those are my fun facts about Florida, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye! Talk to you later, Disney lovers.